So we come to our last film. We said we'd cover 6. This is our 6th film, and then we were ranked the 6th. Rosemary's Baby. A film that's often credited with bringing horror to new heights and away from the gothic castles and creaky coffins of the 50s and before. Rosemary's Baby certainly tackled many satanic elements that could probably help contribute to the cursed nature if you believe in that. We should also recognize that Rosemary's Baby came at a time when a growing fear of Satan and an awareness of satanic ritual and Satanism in general that would continue throughout the 70s and 80s was kind of starting to rear its head. Aside from that, it's not just its themes. There's also even the legend that Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan, was involved as an advisor to the film and apparently even played Satan himself in the movie, which are perfect grounds seemingly for evil to make its bed and for this curse to begin. The composer for the film, first off, Christoph Kameda, dies at a party after a significant fall. He's kind of having a playful push with a friend of his, just kind of messing. But as a result, he falls and is eventually dead after being put into a coma. After 4 months, he's declared dead. The film's producer also was bombarded with hate mail, and he was suddenly struck with kidney stones. And in a delirious hallucination, imagines Rosemary coming for him with a knife, and is apparently shouting about it. If you believe the legend. Now, again, are kidney stones a major sign of the film being cursed? I don't know. Certainly the producer's career never fully recovered after this, but whether or not he had a great career before Rosemary's Baby is also probably up for debate. Possibly the biggest thing that people point to is director Roman Polanski, who was, of course, involved with Sharon Tate. He wanted actually Rosemary to be played by his then girlfriend, then and later wife, Sharon Tate, who, of course, if you're aware of your Hollywood history or even unfortunately your true crime history, is eventually killed by the Manson family while pregnant the following year. Tate, I should mention, did appear in the film, although briefly. She was at a party scene, but of course not a very notable role, especially compared to some of the lead actors. The answer people kind of look for here when it comes to Sharon Tate's death is that it's Satanists, or that it must be something to do with Satan. It must be a curse, which is strange because I think it's such a horrible situation, such a tragedy, and sometimes because of that we just reach to something so bizarre as a curse or the work of Satan to explain away such real life horror. And this really added to the film's cursed status due to the dealing with the devil. Now, I will also say that there is another satanic conspiracy connected to this film. Hold on, we're about to go for a ride. So, one of the theories, and this is sort of legend, that some parts of it are true, but I don't know, again, could be an incident that someone is sort of embellishing. When Tate is killed, the words "Helter Skelter" are scrawled in blood on the wall next to her, which of course is scrawled on the walls in blood where sorry, I should say that name, of course, came from the Beatles' White Album. I should say that's what I was trying to say and stumbled. Sorry, these cursed give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm finding it hard to get the words out. So Helter Skelter was written on the walls at the Sharon Tate murders. Of course, it came from the Beatles' White Album, which was conceived in India, where Mia Farrow was actually apparently present. Mia Farrow, who of course plays the titular Rosemary in Rosemary's Baby. Now, years later, Mark David Chapman is in New York with a gun, and he's unsure about carrying out the crime he had planned, which is the shooting of John Lennon. At this point, Lennon is staying in a building called the Dakota Building. And allegedly, if you believe the rumor, Mia Farrow walks past Mark David Chapman. And he takes this as a sign to shoot and kill John Lennon. Because the Dakota Building is famous for being the exterior of Rosemary's apartment and Rosemary's Baby. So when he sees Mia Farrow, he takes it as a sign to kill John Lennon. Which might be a bit of a stretch, possibly not, but it certainly added to the kind of legend of this cursed, or supposedly cursed, film. So is it an explanation or an exorcism? I think the larger satanic conspiracy is interesting, but I also think it's kind of more of an eerie coincidence. if it's true at all. The murder of Sharon Tate is upsetting, but connecting it to a curse, it kind of seems very in poor taste, to be honest. In fact, that's something I should probably get to in a minute anyway, whether or not this is bad taste, which it could well be. Others have also kind of tried to extend the curse to, say, Roman Polanski's, abuse and Mia Farrow's allegations against Woody Allen. To me, that seems tenuous, and it also would waive them of personal responsibility, which I find disgusting as a thought. That they basically, they're cursed, that's why they did it. No, they're responsible for their own actions. I think that's people reaching too far, and because of that, I don't think you can say this is much of a curse at all. It's just a unfortunate tragedy that, in retrospect, we kind of go back and look over, and as a result, try maybe make up stories that aren't there.